Good morning, Empower Living community. Great to be with you. This is Paul Martinelli, and we are continuing our study on the Fully Resourced Program and the 6 intellectual faculties. Before I get started, I'd like to thank so many of you for joining in on our Sales Masterclass. We just finished week number 3 this morning, and so many people have jumped in, and I really appreciate the support, and I hope that you're getting all the value that we intended to give you in this program. Also, many of you who are part of the Empower Living community are part of other tribes, and many of you are part of the John Maxwell Team Tribe, and I know that a lot of you are going to be making your way over to Orlando for the IMC, the 10-year anniversary. I wish I could be with you, but I'm not going to be able to be there. But I just want you to have a fantastic time. 10 years, what an amazing feat and accomplishment really for everybody involved. So go, love, learn. It's going to be a fantastic event, I'm sure. And even if you're not going to be joining there live, I know they've got a great virtual event set up for you. So I wish you guys a fantastic IMC event. So we're going to jump in now, and this piece here on the intellectual faculty of the will is about 14 minutes. So enjoy the video, and I'll see you on the other side. Be well. So now the next of these 6 intellectual faculties is your will. Now most people think I'm talking about willpower, right? You know, the old you got to make it happen kind of thinking. Now, this isn't about making anything happen as much as it is about making things welcome. I'm actually convinced you can't force anything to happen, but you can create the conditions and circumstances in which that which you desire feels welcome in your life. Your faculty of the will is your ability to focus and concentrate on one thing, on one idea to the exclusion of all outside distractions. And when I say outside distractions, I don't only mean your environment, I also mean your past programming, interrupting your sustained thought. You use your will as you would a magnifying glass. You could go out to my beach today and lay out in the sun, and without any kind of proper sun protection, you'll be red like a lobster in about 3 hours. But with a magnifying glass, you can go out into the same sun, in the exact same place and time, and harness all of the sun's power into just a little tiny beam of sunlight. And you'll literally cook your skin in about 5 seconds. It's the same energy. The sun's energy hasn't changed. What's changed is you focused it. Our problem is we focus on our dream for a few minutes, then we focus on what we don't want, then we focus on who we can blame, and then we focus on why we can't do it. Then we focus on the dream again for a few seconds, then on to another one, maybe a more reasonable dream. And we never stay with one singular idea long enough for it to grow. We never increase the vibration of our thought into a burning desire. You have to be on fire for your dream. Your dream wants all of you. It doesn't want some of your money. It wants all of your money. It doesn't want some of your creativity. It wants all of your creativity. It doesn't want some of your passion. It wants all of your passion. It doesn't want some of your focus. It wants all of your focus. It wants all of your tension. It wants all of your thought energy. It wants everything from you. It wants you to give it your all. It wants from you all of you, so that it can give all to you. I hope you got that. It wants all from you, so it can give all to you. That's so powerful. It is so true. Now, keeping our focus on one idea is hard enough, but it's even harder when what you're focusing on doesn't appear to be manifesting. You don't see any evidence or change, so you quit. Remember the farmer who understood that the truth is not always in the appearance of things. This takes practice, and the rewards are amazing in your life. Edison once said, "I'm not smarter than anyone. I just stay with the problem longer than anyone."
And then I discover the solution. I love that because it is so true. We want to develop our ability to focus on one thing for a sustained period of time, and you'll be surprised at how very little time you have to remain focused. I'm not talking about hours at a time, although I am talking about cumulative hours. I'm talking about 5 or 10 minutes at a time. The real power when working with your will faculty is your intention. This is when you intentionally and deliberately place yourself in a position to really focus and think about your dream. Every day you find a place and a time and you sit and you simply call forward the image you've built in your imagination and you really think about it. You go back to Fantasy Island, if you will, and really focus. What do you want? And see it and feel it fully manifest in your life. Don't see it as something you hope to one day have. See it fully manifest in your life in real time. I strongly recommend that you turn this into a ritual of sorts. Have the same place and same time each day. Do it several times a day for no less than 5 minutes and no more than 10 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 times a day. I'd maybe light a candle. Maybe read a certain inspirational reading from your book of faith or another good book that has a vibrational frequency that's in harmony with what you want to create and think about. Now, as you do this, your sacred friend is going to show up, right? Your sacred friend, your ego-centered self-judgment, this voice of judgment, this voice of doubt. And it's going to remind you of all the really important things that you should be doing right now. You have to empty the dishwasher, right? Did you fold the laundry yet? Don't forget to, pick up eggs at the grocery store. You'd be amazed at the stupid things your mind throws at you. And the sad thing is, they are so stupid. And it knows it doesn't have to be any smarter or any more cunning to tell us to empty the dishwasher, because most people, that stupid little thought is enough to take them right off track. And I wonder how many cures for diseases, how many world vacations, how many $1 million businesses, how many divorces, how many extra pounds of fat were created or destroyed because people chose to think about the dishes in the dishwasher rather than their dreams. Really, it's sad when you really comprehend it, and even sadder when you experience it in your own life. When you realize, oh my goodness, look at what I created with just a little bit of focused thought energy. How much life have I wasted on stupid, insignificant, meaningless things? So when your sacred friend pops in, you know you have to answer it. Life is, after all, a fight for territory. Here is what you do. So you have your time and your place all set. You read for a minute or something like that, something inspiring to kind of set the tone. You enter into this ritual. You begin to focus on your dream. What do I want? You call it forward in your mind. And no sooner do you have it, here comes the dishwasher thought. And as soon as you become aware of that thought, you simply say, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? As I'm creating my dream, you find it more important to remind me of the dishwasher. The dishes can and will wait. I release this thought to its highest good and me to my highest good, and then go right back to your dream. Now, don't beat yourself up, which is another tactic in its fight for territory of self-judgment. See, you're doing it wrong. See, you can't even focus for 1 minute. He said you've got to do it for hours. He said you should be doing it 4 or 5 times a day. Do you know how long this is going to take you to... Isn't that interesting? As I'm creating my dream, you find it more important to tell me that I can't do it and to point out what I'm doing wrong. I release you to your highest good and me back to my good. And you go right back to your dream. Don't forget to log in what the voice said about the facts and write that out again in your truth statement. Over time, your programmed self-image will give in and will realize this is the new norm. This is the new directive, and it will do what it is purposed to do and what it has always done, and that is, it will serve you. You will drop in faster for your imagination, and you'll drop in longer than you ever thought possible. Don't be surprised if you have to begin setting a timer so you don't daydream for half an hour or an hour or even longer, and it'll feel like 2 or 4 minutes. Here's a trick you can try to develop your will. First, try to make this a ritual, right? Not in a religious way, but in a way where you are very intentional and purposeful and follow a set of habits each time. So pick a certain time of day when you will have, not be disturbed by, phone calls or emails or text messages or other people for 10 minutes. And pick a spot where you'll be comfortable and free from any distractions or self-judgments about people seeing you. Find a chair, a couch, or some sitting position where you feel really supported. Then go and sit in that place and in a position that's comfortable for you, that kind of faces a wall at eye level, okay? And so now what you're doing is you're looking straight ahead at the wall. Then mentally mark on the wall, just in your mind's eye, see a spot on the wall. And then go to the wall, to that mark, and with a pencil, it's just like 12 or 18 inches above the spot. What I want you to do is just put a little dot, very small, not even noticeable by others who would walk past it in the room. And then go sit back down in your comfortable seat. Then, without lifting your head, raise your eyes up so you can see the spot on the wall. So your head is straight, you're looking straight ahead, and the dot is just about 12 or 18 inches up, so you're forced to raise your eyes up. While doing this exercise, you should try to focus and think only on the dot. As other thoughts come into your awareness, and they will, simply allow those to pass. I usually teach this with the metaphor of a train of thought. Think of a boxcar train, and on each boxcar, there's a random thought written on the boxcar. And you are simply going to allow those random boxcars to pass by with no judgment and no attachment, as you're simply focusing on the one dot on the wall. Simply notice the thought and allow it to pass, and go right back to focusing on thinking of nothing but the dot. And as funny as it sounds, become one with the dot, okay? Just focus on the dot and think of nothing but the dot. And then here comes the thought, empty the dishwasher, just let it go by, go right back to the dot. And after each session, allow a few minutes, maybe 3, to write down any thoughts or observations you have. You may want to write down the random thoughts that came into your awareness, how long you were able to focus on only the dot for any one stretch of time. The entire exercise, kind of getting settled in, dropping in, focusing on the dot, and writing afterwards. Total should take no more than 5 or 10 minutes. This is not something you're doing for 20 or 30 minutes. You're sitting in, getting yourself relaxed, you're dropping in, you're finding the dot, and you're focusing on just the dot. And you're going to try to do that for, 5 minutes. The goal is to focus on the dot and only the dot for 33 1/3 seconds without a random thought intruding into your awareness. Now, don't be surprised if at first you're able to do this for maybe about 5 seconds, right? It may be 5 seconds before, boop, here comes one of those stray thoughts. Or that it may take you upwards of 12 months to be able to do it for 33 1/3 seconds. I think you'll be amazed at the lengths your old self-image and self-judgment will go to interrupt your thinking, and what kind of random thoughts it's going to throw at you to just thwart and sabotage your efforts. Remember, by setting your intention each time to improve your focus, you can break free from your old thinking pattern. Your self-image will know you are planning a change, and it will fight to keep you in your current vibration. It will fight for the territory it now occupies.
Okay, so now you know that the use of the intellectual faculty of the will has nothing to do with willpower. It's not about trying to make something happen. It's about creating in your life conditions and circumstances that make this emerging future welcome. It's about finding things in your life that are a match for the mental model of perfection that you're claiming. So you have an idea of what it is that you want to be and do and have in the future. And if you've done the other exercises thus far that I've kind of given you through this free program, and of course we go into much more depth in the paid program, you've now written out what we call our Any Given Tuesday statement. If you were to wake up one day, 3 years in the future, on any given Tuesday, what would that ideal day be like? What would it feel like? What would be the feeling tone of your life? Living your life, what I call full spectrum, in the area of your spiritual growth and awareness, the development of your primary love relationships, your own personal and professional development and growth, the health of your body temple, and the flow of freedom of time and money in your life. If you could design that life and just woke up one day and were to write out what that day would be like, if you lived just your best life on just any given Tuesday, what would it feel like? And then you're coming back to your present day life and you're looking at the people, the situations, the habits, the things in your life, the things in your closet, the things around you that aren't a match for that, and begin to remove those things so that you make welcome what it is that you want. The use of the intellectual faculty of the will is purposed for you to stay focused on that emerging future. If you've ever received an email message from me, chances are I've signed it with just 3 words: hold your image. The intellectual faculty of the will is our ability to have sustained concentration on one idea, one concept, to the exclusion of all the noise, all the outside distractions that could take us off our game, right? As I said in the video, so many people abort their dreams by having their focus diverted on something as insignificant as, going and emptying the dishwasher. There you are, you're trying to focus, you're trying to visualize, you're trying to dream, and then we allow a stray thought of something insignificant and meaningless to take us off course. So it's really worth the effort to do the exercise that I outlined in that video to begin to develop the intellectual faculty of your will. Take just a couple of weeks and play with it. If you can't do it every day, then don't make a commitment to yourself to do it every day. Can you do it 3 times a week? Can you do it twice a week? Can you do it once a week? Remember, our subconscious mind has no ability to reject an idea, and our subconscious mind cannot differentiate that from what's real or what's imagined. It operates on the directive of our intention. So it's when we make a commitment and say, you know what, I'm going to do this 1 time a week, and then we do it. Our subconscious mind says, that's a commitment. That's a command to follow through on something. That's what discipline is. Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and then follow through with it, to say that I'm going to do this, and then you actually do it. When you do that, your subconscious mind says, okay, this person is truly committed to this behavior. This person wants whatever they're focusing on to be manifest in their life. So don't overcommit. Don't say that you'll do it every day if you can't. And if you've said that you will do it every day and you're not doing it every day, make a new commitment. Make a new commitment with yourself. Say, up until now, my commitment was to do it every day, and I can't do it every day. My schedule's not permitting me, but I can commit to doing it once a week, and then do that. Many of you will know this is the good, better, best model, right? Best would be that you would do it every day for 5 or 10 minutes. And if you can't do your best, what could you do that would be better than doing nothing at all? I think you'll find, as I did in my life, that the ability to develop concentration and focus, that ability to have discipline. You know, it's James Allen who said in the chapter on serenity, he said that we should take the helm of thought. He said, calm confidence, right? Calm confidence is a beautiful jewel of wisdom. I love that. Calm confidence. Think about that. This is where we're calm, we're confident, we're focusing on what it is that we want. Emerson said that where your focus goes, your energy flows. What you focus on, you invite into your life. Where you put your energy, where you put your intention, is where your attention will go. So I hope that you got a lot out of this one. And again, we're doing this through the Empowered Living community as a free program. We're highlighting, obviously it's a paid course, but we're highlighting a pretty significant portion of the program because I know that some of you truly financially, you can't afford to make the investment. But others of you, you can afford it, but you don't see yourself as worthy of making the commitment. You've never invested, $2,500 in yourself. I want you to go ahead and at least book an appointment to talk with one of my team members. Share your dream with them. Let them hear what your dream is. Let them hear what your intention is. Let them hear what's emerging from your soul for your future. And then work with them. Let them help you figure out a way for you to have lifetime access to the entire course in either 6 months or 12 months of the mentoring with me and the others in the program that go with it. I really hope that you'll join this program. And again, for those of you who are John Maxwell team members and you're making your way to Orlando or preparing for the virtual event, I wish you guys a really fantastic, wonderful IMC experience. God bless and be well.